Gracie. Because I have a sister, I will always have a friend. Growing up in a large family has been very difficult for me. I'm fortunate, though, to have 3 older sisters that I can look up to. I'm here today to tell you about one sister who is very dear to my heart, Leslie. Growing up, Leslie and I didn't always get along. Being 4 years apart, she had the perfect age advantage over me to be my biggest bully. Looking back on it now, I can laugh about it, but she and I fought constantly. She made fun of me, pulled my hair, stole my baby dolls, made me do her chores, and picked on me all the time. When it suited her, we would play together. However, she has always been a tomboy, and me, I've been a girly girl, so we didn't often agree on games. Leslie preferred climbing trees and getting dirty, while I was content feeding, changing, and rocking my babies to sleep. The older we got, the more intense our arguments and disagreements became. Our poor parents, dealing with 2 teenagers at one time. But they were pros by this time because Leslie and I also have 2 older sisters. The time finally came when Leslie and I were in high school together. Leslie was a senior and an athlete. She played softball. And me, I was a freshman, young and carefree, and a cheerleader. Leslie was old enough to drive to school by this time. I would have to bribe her to let me ride with her in the mornings to school. She complained that I always made her late and often threatened to leave me at home. But something special began to blossom during those morning rides to school. We'd stop and get breakfast biscuits before school. We'd sing country music at the top of our lungs. It was a time, albeit short, that Leslie and I were together, alone, all in our own little world. I truly believe that those rides to school strengthened our relationship. Leslie suddenly became nicer, at least it seemed. Looking back now, maybe I became less of a brat, so Leslie didn't feel the need to pick on me anymore. At any rate, we were maturing, becoming friends. Life was good. As I said before, Leslie was a senior. She graduated in the spring and chose to attend a community college near our home. This was good for me because I remember when our oldest sister went off to a university just out of high school, and I didn't want Leslie to leave like that. At the end of her time in community college, Leslie applied for and was accepted to a 4-year university that is 2.5 hours away from our home. It was her dream college. I was happy for her, but sad at the same time. We took Leslie to her new apartment and helped her set up all of her things. It was all kind of a blur for me as it was finally sinking in that Leslie would have a new roommate. It would no longer be me in that bed next to hers. There would be no more late-night giggling and gossiping. No more jamming to our favorite songs and dancing in our room. It was all coming to an end. Leslie came home often on weekends. We would hang out and things would be like they always were. But Sundays always came quickly and she would leave again. That December, her boyfriend proposed to her. That even further solidified that Leslie really wouldn't be coming home. Once she graduated, she would get married, and because her fiancé is in the military, there's no telling where they would be living. Fast forward to present day. Leslie is only a few weeks away from the end of her junior year. She'll be coming home soon. There is no doubt in my mind that this will be Leslie's last summer at home. The last summer that we'll spend together. The last summer that we'll be together constantly making memories. I'm looking forward to this time, though it will be bittersweet. We're growing up, and that's scary. But I'm thankful to have my sister Leslie to look up to and count on. She is my rock. I'll leave you with this quote that always reminds me of my dear sister Leslie. Side by side or miles apart, sisters will be always connected by the heart.